Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sailor Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as Great Britain. In the last episode, we fought a battle with Germany, which we technically sort of won, but we are suffering at the hands of the German Bismarck-class battle cruisers. And with a new fleet battle just generated, we are really hoping to finally bring those down. Fleet battle. That's okay if we get the whole fleet, and this location too is really favorable in terms of air. We'll still have 2 Revenges, 2 Rodneys, 4 Collingwoods, and of course we just get 2 Rodneys, and 1 Tiger. That's really not going to cut it if they actually get all 4 BCs. That's ridiculous. Where are the 2 Revenges? Like, we do have our whole carrier force. But it's going to give us 2 Rodneys and 1 Tiger. Although I see expected enemy forces in battle maybe 2 BC. We could fight 2 BC, but if they have 4, we're gonna be grossly outgunned. I'm gonna see what happens here. Mostly because in the worst case, we are only less than 100 nautical miles out from Swansea. That's it. I don't build that many air bases, so the only one we're really in range of is Plymouth. And apparently does Plymouth only have 20 dive bombers assigned? That's a problem I should correct, if so. Okay, so we're not going to get that much land-based air support, although we're probably in range of Portsmouth too, so maybe. In any case, it's going to be daylight very shortly. And we shall just see what happens at daylight. That's a radar contact. I, for one, would really... Where's Tiger? Or Lion? I would really... Wait, are you part of... No. Where are you? You're not the screen. You're like literally most of our capital ship firepower. Would really like to know what we're engaging, but what are you? That's fine, just screen. What are you? Yeah, both of you just screen, that's fine. Focus on commanding the biggest ships. It looks like a lot of enemies, but we have a lot of ships here too, so... I expect we're outnumbered in destroyers. I'm not that worried about that in itself. 8-inch, okay. We're pretty armored against 8-inch. But... Clearly the Germans don't have the same radar deficit the Italians did, which I knew, but... What are we looking at here? I need IDs and I need them stat. Oh. And I should have been doing this already, but I need airstrikes. And I really need them stat. Airstrike. Airstrike. Throw a few fighters in. Escorts are good. Escorts are helpful. Escorts are actually quite helpful. I wonder if I should have more, but... It seems more important to get the maximum number of bombers on target, but... Escorts might be more helpful than I give them credit for, honestly. I think they are quite helpful to keep the enemy off of your bombers while they're trying to attack. Oh, no, don't launch. You're not ready to launch. Just, yeah. Range isn't exactly very long. In fact, let me just make absolute certain that your net course is towards Swansea, because I don't really want you steaming into the middle of this battle. Right, what am I engaging? Oh, it's not full daylight yet, is it? No. We probably won't get hard IDs until it is. I would assume we're fighting at least one battle cruiser. Yes, I just saw some heavy guns be fired. But if it's one battle cruiser, that's one thing. If it's 2 or 3, that's another story entirely. That's probably 2 to 3 right there, isn't it? Okay, they're turning away, though. Don't really know why. They definitely are. The line is pulling ahead of the whole fleet, which is a problem. That must be 3 Bismarcks at the head of their fleet, right? Yep. Okay. Airstrike, are you ready? Target is right here. What? Yeah, that seems more accurate. What is going on here? Oh, that's more than our deck load. What happened here? What's going on? Okay. I'm pretty sure that's not something I did. I'm pretty sure something just glitched out there, but... Launch. 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 Okay. Tell you what, carriers, turn and, like, parallel this way. Just for now. They make 30 to 32 knots, so... Well, Courageous is only 29, but that's enough. The whole enemy fleet's not going to overhaul them that quickly. We are engaging 3 Bismarck-class battlecruisers. To be honest, they will make pretty quick work of... Oh, God. Majestic's taken so much damage already. However, we're landing some hits in return, but... How bad is Majestic? 1 turret down. Speed? 24 knots still, apparently. I don't really know that I dare have Lion try to attract their fire. She is better armored than the Majestic. Well, only by a marginal amount. Less belt, more deck. And the range isn't even that long. Suggests that most of the damage should be hitting the deck, is it? What was the range? 18,000 yards? Let's see, at 18,000 yards... We can't penetrate our own deck armor, so neither can they, probably. This is probably about the right range, actually, because I'm guessing even 17-inch guns can't penetrate our deck at this range. Maybe we want to be just a little bit further, even. From an armor maxing point of view. Oh my god, seriously? We've done almost nothing. I mean, really, though. We landed like a couple of token hits on them, but... Okay, no, you can't be fighting them alone. You've got to turn away here. Where the hell is that airstrike? Seems too far south now, but that shouldn't be that big of a problem. I'm pretty sure they can reacquire the target. Okay, that's an airstrike of fighters. I don't know what they're gonna achieve, really. And a single dive bomber. We are being glide bombed by fighters. Oh. Man, those guns hurt. Well. Oh god, the whole airstrike has gotten distracted by like one CA that got left behind over there for some reason. No, 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 guys. Well, that might be their light carrier force. You know what? All ships turn this way. Carriers, turn back that way. Into the wind, whatever. What is over here? Oh god, two more carriers. Why are they so separated from everyone else? I don't really know what we're attacking down here. But I don't want to fight the Bismarcks anymore, so I'm pretty inclined to go find out. If it happens to be a light carrier or two or something, then maybe we can just flatten it. Maybe. You have to be very careful of the Ark Royal and Illustrious Force, though. They are, for some reason, just... hanging out independently, very far from everyone else. Like, seriously, what are you idiots doing? Okay. Alright, the reports that there's something right here are piling up very fast, so we're gonna go investigate that. Hey, some of the airstrike actually found the battlecruiser force. Good. Maybe if they're lucky, they'll get some significant hits, huh? Oh. That's not great. How you doing, Rodney? Not well. My god, you've been hit by 3 bombs, too? Oh, boy. There's no way Majestic and Rodney can survive another action. I don't know what the force flag's gonna become, but hopefully just Majestic or Lion, but oh god, they're not going to Cork, are they? Oh god, they're gonna try to go to Cork. Oh no. Rodney, no. Wait. Undetach yourself. What the hell? No, 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 no. That's oh god. Wait, wait. Um, no. Uh-uh. Absolutely not. Both of you just take off at your best speed in that direction, and then hopefully you'll figure out where Cork is, or where Swansea is. Lot of claims of hits going around. Hopefully they're accurate. Hmm. Okay, this whole section of reports is easily in range, and I don't see anything currently. I do, however, still see the stuff off to our north, so I think Lion needs to get back here. Ooh. ASAP. I think that's actually a CV. It might be. I'm pretty sure their carriers are right in there with their battle cruisers. Oh, Rodney. Um, slower, man. You're not okay. Okay, wait. Range to Cork, 94. Range to Swansea, 76. Surely now. Surely now, if I tell you two to go home, you'll not try to go to Cork, right? Okay, it looks like they are carrying on east. That's good. You, all of you. Where's the light carrier cruisers? There. Are now attached to Lion. The battleships will make their way home. Where the hell is Majestic going? She's certainly not headed for the nearest enemy, or the nearest friendly base. Carriers. Ooh. Let's have you head for Swansea, please. Plymouth has done nothing, by the way, I think. I mean, even if it only has 20 dive bombers, you'd think they would do something. So have we recovered most of our aircraft? I think we have. Yes, looks like it. So let's start prepping the follow-up strike. This time, thanks to our losses, we actually have space to bring some fighter escorts. Location will be roughly up there. It's a lot of stuff we're short on. Okay. Oh, not enough torpedoes, huh? Oh, well. Looks like you figured it out, maybe, hopefully. Okay, you guys are evacuating successfully. I'm gonna take this force north and retrieve Ark Royal and Illustrious because I'm very, very concerned about their current location. Uh-oh. Okay, this also concerns me slightly for the sake of the carriers down here. But, tell you what. Let's just have them get up to 25 knots. They should be fine. It concerns me a lot for, like, Rodney, though. You know what? If they're headed south, they're not an imminent threat to those carriers anyway. How close are we to being in sighting range? Awfully close. I really just need to grab them for a split second. But they're awfully close to Rodney already. I don't think we can risk it. It's not worth losing Lion to cover Rodney and Majestic, but we have to try to do so at least. That cut the range down a lot. How long till we're ready on this airstrike? Are we ready already? Takes way less time than I think to prepare an airstrike. Okay. Launch. 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 We just gotta hit him with wave after wave of airstrikes, if at all possible. That seems to be our one advantage right now. I don't know why it keeps giving us tiny fractions of our... Well, that's just what it does for, like, fairness, sort of, and it's benefited us a lot in the past, is this habit of not ever giving you a huge number of... it doesn't usually give you a huge discrepancy in number of ships. I've seen it do so, but a lot of the time it doesn't. And that's benefited us when we're outnumbered in capital ships before, but right now it's definitely hurting us. Because I would like to get all 12 of my capital ships, or at least 6 or 8 or something, into action against these guys, and it's just not happening. Today we had 3 against 3, and it wasn't even our good 3. Although I think it looks like Majestic and Rodney are going to get away, but... where are they now? I've lost radar contact entirely. Seems like our aircraft are still finding them, but... they right over here-ish? How's, yeah, Lion is not that great. She could finish off a crippled Bismarck for sure if she found one, but... she would not last long at all against uncrippled Bismarcks. Good job, Rodney. Dodged 6 torpedo bombers. Could have finished her right there, to be honest. It's the unfortunate thing about being detached is they have very little AA support, but okay, from the way it did that, I think that DD might have just exploded. Seems like there's plenty of Germans right about here-ish, somewhere, based on what the aircraft are doing. And there they are on radar, okay. You do not have better than 27 knots back yet. Okay. Then I don't really know why I'm closing it all, because getting anywhere near the Bismarcks is probably a death sentence. Ooh, that's unfortunate for Christopher. Where is Christopher? Oh, she was kind of lagging behind. Maybe she was crippled anyway. You know, she got hit by a 500-pound bomb before. She might have been crippled already, yeah. Okay, I can see the Bismarcks already. They are clearly not all sunk or anything like that. Although, to be fair, I see one that's accelerating properly, maybe two. And very, very few escorts to boot, compared to what they had before. So we might risk showing them our broadside for a minute here. See what happens. Are they headed towards their carriers? Not really. Okay. I will say, I mean, look at this. I see 2 Bismarcks and like a couple of cruisers and destroyers, which means 1 Bismarck has gone missing, and a lot of escorts have gone missing. They're probably not all actually sunk, but they have broken off or been damaged or something. And that is good news. Can we get another airstrike, please? I don't really give a damn if it lands at night. I just want the airstrike. But I want it ASAP. Ready. Ready. Why has Formidable gotten detached from Victorious? I'll figure that out when it's more important to do so. Ready. Oh, not enough torpedoes, huh? Well, can't carry missiles either. But we can have 10 of you carry torpedoes, so. And the other 5 carry missiles. Look at my genius problem solving. Okay. Ready. Did I not? Oh no, I did bring the fighters. Okay, good. Formidable, where are you? Why are you detached? I need to check this. But, in the meantime, just ready. Okay, not enough torpedoes. Bring the torpedoes you got. Let's have, like... Yeah, let's just use up the torpedoes. But, oh my god. There we go. A new spare guy, carry a missile. Okay. Why is Formidable detached? Oh my god, she's just down here. She's just stuck down there. And yeah, those battlecruisers arguably are kind of barreling towards her. Don't love that. I don't really think they're intentionally barreling towards her, but they are. So we're gonna need to get this airstrike off mighty quick. Sure. We just lost at least, like, we've lost a couple of destroyers out of our escorts here because of enemy air attacks too. Oh boy, enemy aircraft are approaching formidable, and she's going south. Why the hell is she going south? Formidable. North. North is the course. Please. Oh, wait. The enemy are turning around. They don't want to get too close to our coast, it seems like. You know what? That's fine. Keep the range open. No. I don't, actually. Oh, wait. Well, I want Majestic to, but I don't want... Yes. I want everybody to, I just want Majestic and Rodney to, particularly. The others can reassign themselves or something. Airstrike. Location, here. Are we ready? Yes, we are. Launch. 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 We are going to pulverize these fucking battle cruisers. If it's the last thing I do. No, but no, that's just Courageous is kind of sitting in the harbor. Rodney looks like she'll make it back, but it's hard to be sure. No, definitely not, no. Are those two still stuck up here? Yes. Oh well. I don't think they're imminently threatened. They're just flat out running now. I don't know what happened. They're not shooting back either. They might have run out of ammo. Well, here come the airstrikes. They're moving too fast for us to catch, so... We'll see if we get some big damage here or not. We might be able to actually see since Lion is in active pursuit. Well, that's the claim. We'll find out pretty shortly what drops out of this formation. Okay, we're still taking return fire, so they're not out of ammo. Wait, one of them is hauled out of line. One of them is definitely hauled out of line. Light damage, it says, but she's only moving 10 knots. I think at least one of them's legit. I mean, it's just an absolute mess of notifications, but... The other one is just running, so if we can overrun this one before she fixes whatever's wrong with her, assuming she can fix whatever's wrong with her, but it's it's just an engine room hit, she might be able to. Preferably also without being torpedoed by that destroyer. Okay, she must not be too dead yet, because she's turning and giving us... She's back up to 20 knots, too, so... How many destroyers do I actually have left? One? Yeah, looks like one. Okay, well... light cruisers, you are basically just big destroyers anyway, so let's get in there. How damaged are we? Pretty bad. Oof. Yeah, even with how much damage she'd taken, it just, it did not... All of our turrets are out, too. Yeah, okay. Well... Apparently, the close range engagement was still a bad idea. Sure. Gloucester, I can't help but notice you're about 300 yards off her port. You wanna give her a torpedo or two? No. You don't even want to turn? Okay. Oh, there we go. There's an attempt. Kind of waited until we were a lot further away, but it might still hit. Yes, sir. Okay, I know these are tough battleships, but... Why is Gloucester... Do you have rudder damage or something? You are not turning. Despite my repeated and explicit orders to turn. Need Lion to stay in visual range, but she's pretty much just wallowing at this point. She's not okay. Monster, what the hell are you doing? Turn. Oh, darkness. You know what? That will help out, actually. How's her guns? Intact, apparently. Sometimes it's not so helpful, but in this case, it should let our light cruisers get in a little closer for those torpedo launches. Or they could just break off because they're out of sighting range now, but... That's ambitious. Alright, well, Lion is still... Hopefully. I don't think Lion is in imminent danger of sinking, although it's not exactly healthy, but, hopefully she can crawl her way north to Bismarck, and that'll bring all the escorts into range and we'll finish her off. She's still moving. Not much, but... Oh, wait, she stopped. She might be dead. Oh god, is that the other Bismarck coming back? You know what? I'm sure she's dead. Okay, Lasso, you have the chance to make actually sure she's dead. You do still have torpedoes, right? Yes, 8 of them. Use them, maybe? No? Just wander off to the west? Okay. That's nice. Well. Lion took a lot of damage trying to close that down, so I think it's probably time to... I think she's sinking. It's probably time to retreat to Swansea. That means you, the carrier force. Last thing I need is you guys getting into trouble. Of course, two of the carriers are up here for some reason. One more is stuck in this cove, but only so much I can do for them. Well, it's a pretty crushing victory in the end, isn't it? I wasn't too sure, and I'm not sure we did sink that last Bismarck or not, but heavy damage to, well, basically to all three of our capital ships that were involved, honestly. Gun capital ships, that is. But they all come through in the end. And we sink one of their three battle cruisers, heavily damage another. Besides that, we lose 3 destroyers, and we sink 6 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, and 3 heavy cruisers. Interestingly, the carriers pretty much did not hit each other at all. But, oh, we did hit their light carriers a bit, but we didn't sink any. But in terms of effectiveness against the non-carriers, we came out clearly on top. I'm not going to go over literally all this damage. Shout out to Oak, took a bomb and a torpedo and some 5-inch rockets, but survived. 2,000-pound bomb and a... Oh god, the torpedo was from one of ours. Well, she survived, that's the important thing. We did sink, among the 6 destroyers that we sank, the 1,500-tonner Z-154, a brand new 1,500-tonner though. 6 4-inch guns, 2 quad torpedo tubes, and yeah, she was hit by a 500-pound bomb, a Typhoon off of Formidable, and a missile from a Typhoon off of Victorious, and sank 2 hours later from flooding. The Z-152 of the same class hit by 3 500-pound bombs from Typhoons off of Irresistible, plus a torpedo from a Botha off of Irresistible. Sank within 3 minutes of the first bomb hitting. The Z-126 hit by 1 500-pound bomb from a Typhoon off of Furious, and then apparently that left her disabled near us because she was absolutely plastered with gunfire by our light cruisers. 82 medium hits. That's a 1,700-tonner. Z-124, another 1,700-tonner, hit by 3 500-pound bombs from Typhoons off of Irresistible, and a torpedo from a Botha off of... No, 2 torpedoes from Bothas off of Victorious and Glorious, respectively. So that's just aerial overkill. We lost the destroyer Christopher, hit by a 500-pound bomb from one of our own torpedoes. Hit by a 500-pound bomb from one of our own Typhoons, and a torpedo from one of our own Bothas off of Courageous. Great job, pilots. Fantastic work. We also lost Comet, which was hit by a torpedo from an FI-142 off of Peter Strasser, which, you know what, at least it was a hostile ship. We did significant damage to Rostock here with a 1,000-pound bomb from a Typhoon off Victorious, and a 14-inch hit from Majestic. But she survived, but the 7,600-ton cruiser, she'll be in dry dock for a while. We did hit the light carrier Saltsock with, looks like a 500-pound, 3 500-pound bombs from Typhoons off of Formidable, Ark Royal, and Glorious, and a 1,000-pound bomb from a Typhoon off of Illustrious, but she survived in the end, despite a lot of fire and flooding issues. We sank the 1900-tonner Z-110 with two 500-pound bombs from typhoons off of... Oh, well, there was one earlier, and then late in the day, a 500-pound bomb from a typhoon off of Irresistible hit her in the magazines, and she just blew up spectacularly, which we did hear that, yeah. Cornwall, hit by an aerial torpedo from Peter Strasser, but she's okay. We do lose Lark. She's hit by a 1,400-pound armor-piercing bomb from a DO-143 off of Kratzeberg. Still takes a long time for her to sink, but she does, sadly. The battlecruiser Bismarck herself was hit only by a single... where's the bomb? A single 1,000-pound bomb from a typhoon off of Victorious. She did early on take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 14-inch hits from Rodney while engaging Majestic herself, and later on she took one more 16-inch hit from Lion plus various 9-inch, but yeah, she's barely even hurt, to be honest. Fortunately, the same cannot be said for her sisters. The destroyer Z-138, hit by... This is a 3,000-tonner, that's one of their big ones. Hit by a 500-pound bomb from a typhoon off Formidable, and a torpedo from a Botha off Courageous. Guerra, hit by 3 500-pound bombs and a torpedo. Survives, but not a happy camper. Barely survives. That's a 15,000-tonner. Majestic here, I mean, she's just showing her age. She was hit by 9 17-inch shells from Bismarck and Von der Tann, but yeah. Plus a 2,000-pound bomb to the conning tower from a DO-146 off Moltke, and technically she wasn't on the brink of sinking, but she was not a happy camper after that. She's not armored against 17-inch shells. Sunk outright, and now we're getting into the bigger ships. We did sink 5 cruisers as well as the battle cruiser. The 7,600-ton Magdeburg class light cruiser Pforzheim, a 10-year-old but pretty modern ship. She was hit by 2,000-pound bombs from typhoons off of Ark Royal, and sank a little over an hour later from ongoing flooding issues. Also, Magdeburg herself, of the same class, hit by a 500-pound bomb from a typhoon off of Furious, plus 2 torpedoes from Bothas off of Irresistible, sank literally instantly. Just immediate massive damage. Rodney was hit only twice by 17-inch, but then took 2 2,000-pound bombs from DO-146s off of Salzburg, and another 1,400-pound bomb from DO-143 off Moltke, plus a torpedo from Peter Strasser, which is what caused me to finally detach her, I think. The big modern torpedoes hurt bad against a ship that age. Their light cruisers their heavy cruisers, we messed them up pretty good. They lost Freya, a 12,400-ton ship, to a total of 3,000-pound bombs from typhoons off of Illustrious, which actually, on their own, sank her within a minute. But while still sinking, she was hit by another 3 500-pound bombs and a torpedo, just to be sure. Strasbourg, which is the same class, was hit by... Oh my god, guys, why? Was hit by 3 14-inch shells from Rodney earlier on, which caused her to drop out of line. And she was apparently then found, while out of line and already crippled, by an entire squadron of Bothas, which proceeded to plaster her with 8 torpedoes. 6 from Furious, and 2 more from Glorious, for good measure. Not to mention 2 500-pound bombs from typhoons off of Victorious. This is that ship that the first airstrike of the day found and just went after for some reason. Well, just happened to find before they found the main enemy fleet, and yeah, she's very, very dead. And we also found one of the 14,500 tonners, Bad Hersfeld, 12 8-inch guns. She's hit by two 500-pound bombs from Typhoons, then a 1,000-pound bomb. Then, oh my god. Okay, I'm not even going to be able to list all the bombs. More 1,000-pound bombs. I mean, she was sinking after about the first half dozen to 10 bombs, but apparently, while she was already sinking and unable to evade, we just absolutely hammered her with 33 bombs, 6 torpedoes, and 2 missiles for some reason. Oh, the 2 missiles were very early on, actually. But, yeah. Most of this was huge overkill, but we killed the hell out of Bad Hersfeld. The Bismarck-class battlecruiser Von der Tann was hit early in the day by 8 14 and 16-inch shells from Lion and Majestic, but mostly from Lion. Ended up later in the day, was unfortunate enough to be hit by 2 torpedoes from Bothas off of Glorious, and just immediately detached, and she was the one that wasn't with their fleet when we re-encountered them later in the day. These 2 Bothas did very critical work, actually, because they're what let us catch her sister later in the day. I wouldn't have engaged if it had been 3 of them still, but with 2 I took the chance and it paid off. But Von der Tann does survive. She's just crippled early in the day and drops out. Lion also survives, not hit by air attack, but she was hit by 21 17-inch shells from Von der Tann, Koblenz, mostly Koblenz. Koblenz actually kind of crippled her even before her own death at the very end of the day. Just really plastered her with 17-inch at close 5,000 yards range. 2 turrets out for good. A lot of damage, but Lioness does survive. And Koblenz does not. The big kill of the day. We never really hit her with very much gunfire, but Koblenz is hit by a grand total of 9 16-inch shells from Lion, most of them at the end of the day. 2,000-pound bombs from Typhoons hit her about noon. From Portsmouth. Look at that. But in the end, it's this torpedo from a Botha off of HMS Ark Royal, of all ships, that slows her down critically at the end of the day and lets Lion close in for a gun engagement, which she wins, objectively. She definitely did more damage to Lion than she took, I'm pretty sure. But she took some significant damage too, and then the cruisers came in and sort of mobbed her, and I mean 146 6-inch and 9-inch hits. At some point, Gloucester finally hit her with a torpedo, and she really only sank after, even when we were starting to detach. She was not yet fully sinking, but she finally did sink from progressive flooding later. Hell of a durable ship, I have to say. 2 bombs, 2 torpedoes, and just a lot of, well, most of this 6-inch won't have done much because it can't penetrate the armor, but still. In the end, they did land more heavy hits than me. And, well, I landed a lot more medium and light and torpedoes and bombs, though, to say the least. Despite the damage to all 3 of our capital ships, in the end, we only lose 3 destroyers, and they lose 6 destroyers, 2 light cruisers, 3 heavy cruisers, and the battle cruiser Koblenz. We also take... what did they lose? They lose 59 aircraft to our 21, which is a pretty good success on our part as well. We had a much better air-to-air record against their attackers than we did. Let me just see the map here for a second. Oh god. Okay, so by the end of the battle, they had. Okay, that's just a crippled destroyer. That's a crippled destroyer. Bismarck herself was the lightly damaged one, and she was just running north on her own by the end of the battle. Von der Tann was just holed up, crippled in a cove near Cork. She could have been finished off if we'd found her with any kind of airstrike, but I had no idea where she was or what had happened to her. Apparently their light carriers and such were just still hanging out in the mid-ocean here. The heavy carriers never really got themselves fully into it. They didn't launch consistent strikes the way mine did, and apparently they're just stuck off Cornwall. Well, fleet morale improves too. That's pretty crushing. 2 destroyers are commissioned. 21 bomb hits, 25 aircraft shot down, 19 bomb hits, 18 aircraft shot down, 13 bomb hits, 17 aerial victories, 22, 15, 19, 10, 16, 13, 11, 18. I think those guys all did pretty well. Peace negotiations founder. Improved 3-inch autoloader, better 3-inch AA. You know, we have an edge in electronic warfare, and they have a new light jet fighter. We'll see if they equip their ships with them. Alright. Well. Resume construction of these. We'll take a look into what else we might want to build. Either carriers or a replacement. A couple of cruisers, maybe. Yeah. Well, I have more overall naval aircraft than them now. It's interesting. What's the deal with Portsmouth, by the way? They actually not have, Plymouth, I mean. Oh yeah, Plymouth is hugely underdeveloped. Oh well. I'll take my chances on it not featuring again. Well, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know how the whole German fleet ended up over here anyway, without getting bombed to hell one way or another. Anyway, the Germans are now down to 3 battle cruisers to my 2, which gives us a much better fighting chance there. Hopefully we won't get so many scenarios where they have even force or outnumber us for some reason. Their advantage in heavy cruisers is cut down a little bit more, as is their advantage in light cruise, which it's not exactly an advantage, but so many of mine are colonial cruisers that it basically is. And we even slightly weaken their advantage in destroyers, although that will take a lot of doing, but cruisers matter a little more, and battle cruisers, obviously. And we actually have more fleet tonnage than them now, look at that. Even though their budget is enormous. So I would call that a pretty crushing victory. And on that note, I'm going to leave off for today. So, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all have a nice evening. This is Sealer Janda signing off.